because BlackRock are sort of the finance department of the Great Reset. Let's say they're the ones that are saying to Netflix, "Oh, we won't fund you anymore if you don't um, put this type of content on your platform."
Yeah.
Everyone fucking watches Netflix. Well, majority of people watch Netflix.
'Cause I watched Mark Wahlberg and Kevin Hart movie.
Get Hard.
No.
No, that's with Will Ferrell, I think.
Man Time, I think it's called.
Right.
It was so fucking shit. Like, awful. And it was just all...
Me Time.
Yeah, Me Time, yeah.
Yeah, it's got 6% on Rotten Tomatoes. What the fuck?
It was awful.
How does something with them two, Mark Wahlberg, Kevin Hart, get 6% on Rotten?
This is what I was shocked about, because usually I like Mark Wahlberg. And Emma likes Mark Wahlberg and Kevin Hart so far. It's got Mark Wahlberg in, I'll give it a watch.
Bit of balance.
It was so fucking just... You could see like it was just all these just random bits of political ideology just being implemented in there for no reason. Have you ever watched a movie like that?
Well, you see it well, not everything. You see it in so many things. You're just casually watching something, and it's so forced that they've had to put a gay scene in it, or put this thing in there, or this in there, and it's, for example, I forgot what it was. On a podcast, I was talking about it where they're saying it's not about, for example, the new James Bond anymore. But there's going to be a new black James Bond. Why do you have to say it has to be a black James Bond? If it's going to be a gay James Bond, or if it's going to be a trans James Bond, just have a new James Bond. But yeah, what I was saying then is I'm watching things and they're just forcing. It is forced because I was watching a series and I was enjoying it. I think it was sort of like a sitcom, but not really a sitcom. It's one of them, half an hour episode things you can just smash through it. I think there was 4 seasons of it. The new season came out, so I was watching it, loving season 1, loving season 2, and season 3. And then there's a big gap between season 3 and season 4. So I rewatched it all, and then that jump from season 3, which came out must be about 5-6 years ago, to this. It's like this one straight in, first opening scene. The girl, the daughter in it, she's grown up and she's a lesbian now. Straight into that. Like, this is a bang on comparison of where shit was to what has to be in every single piece of content that people consume now.
I notice it so much now. And like back in the day when you'd watch like a sitcom or something and it'd have something like what you'd define as woke. Now, it feels like it fit right and it was written properly. Now, I feel like just make someone a lesbian for just because they want to do it.
Yeah. We can't not have that in there. So
whereas it doesn't really add anything to the story. It's just,
yeah.
And it's now like when I see that stuff, I don't know. I just get like, I feel like, to be fair with you, even if they had it in and it was written well, I wouldn't be that bothered. But because they got it in and most of it's just like shit TV or shit movie.
Yeah,
I just get pissed off now. Like, movies have gone so shit.
Yeah, Disney are like balls deep in it as well, aren't they? Because Disney, obviously, let's say from the Marvel angle, I think I was saying it to you on the phone.
Yeah.
Was looking through them. And then if you go to the back ones, obviously you've got She-Hulk, which had a lot of criticism around it. But then even if you go back to Black Panther, that's where this sort of woke culture started coming in.
Yeah, when was that? Like 2018?
Something like that. And I feel like Disney are like the within the entertainment side of things, they're pulling the agenda across the most.
Yeah, definitely. It's happening all over Hollywood though, but Disney are pushing it probably the hardest.
Yeah, 2018.
Because did you ever see that trailer? Well, I think it came out last year. I think it's a HBO thing that Seth Rogen wrote. It's a cartoon about Santa, and I think she was an elf. So one of the elves was a girl, and she was like, basically they made out Santa to be like just like a old white male who's, do you know what I'm trying to say here? They made Santa out to be like one of them. Do you know when people say old white male or middle-aged white man? They made him out to be like that.
Stereotypical.
Yeah, stereotypical. And this girl was like basically going against Santa to try and be the next Santa. But it was just full of like woke jokes and stuff. And
Seth Rogen wrote that.
yeah, and the amount of this was before the dislikes button. Like literally, I think it was just before the dislikes button got taken down.
Oh, so it was a while back then this came out.
Yeah, Christmas time last year.
Oh, right.
So it was like, I think it got like, I think when I saw it, it had 40,000 dislikes. No, 400,000 dislikes, I think.
Oh, shit.
I think just Google it, Santa Inc. YouTube
Yeah,
dislikes.
got it, Santa Inc. Oh, YouTube dislikes.
Yeah.
A 1,000K dislikes.
1,000K.
Yeah.
So that's like a million.
Joe Rogan says, fuck your Christmas. Not Joe Rogan. Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen.
27K. 3% audience score. I can't believe Seth Rogen did that, though.
I was shocked. But then when I thought back to... So during the first Bad Neighbours came out...
Oh, yeah.
I thought, yeah, it was all right. Like, it was all right. Nothing amazing, but watchable.
Yeah.
The second one came out, it was fucking awful. It was so, like, just...
It was ridiculous, that second
You
one.
had to make it really woke.
Yeah.
At the time, I don't think I realised 100% what it was.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, I remember watching it thinking, there's a reason why I'm not enjoying this.
Yeah.
And I couldn't put my finger on what it was. Because I wasn't really clued up with wokeness at that point in maths.
Yeah, neither was I.
It came out in 2014, that second one.
2014, yeah. Because I remember watching it.
Yeah, 2014. 2016, sorry.
2016.
And that's when they went, yeah. I remember watching it and I couldn't pinpoint what it was. But this is Seth Rogen who's done Knocked Up.
Yeah, Pineapple Express.
The Interview.
Yeah, like actual good movies.
40-Year-Old Virgin. But these, Zack and Miri Make a Porno, these are like anti-woke in a sense. If these were to come out now, they would get...
But I think Seth Rogen's a good person to sort of look at and think, where has the left wing gone? Because I think Seth Rogen's always had left wing humour. Because he's always been like pro weed, and he's always had that a bit. He's always been left wing. I wouldn't say he was ever right wing.
Yeah, I get you, yeah.
So to see Seth Rogen's progression with his movies, he's gone from writing Pineapple Express. Did he write 40-Year-Old Virgin? I think he did.
I don't know. I reckon Steve Carell writes, and I reckon he would have wrote that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying though. It's a perfect. Yeah, Steve Carell wrote it, and Judd Apatow. Poor Rudd. But yeah, I get what you're saying about Seth Rogen. That when we say like the line of the left's moved,
Yeah.
his films have gone into that, or whichever way.
His films have kept up with the line.
Yeah, that perfectly.
Yeah.
As the line moves, his film moves.
Because for the past, before I started looking into all this like political ideologies, without me even like being conscious of it, I could see something was changing, like where the left wing was like falling out of line with me.
Right, yeah.
So I used to think, then I started thinking to myself, well, maybe I'm not left wing, but this is like at a time where like I was still trying to find myself, like growing up. You don't really know much about politics, like you're still figuring it all out.
Yeah, you don't know where you fit in that political system.
Whereas when I think back now, I wouldn't say I'm fully right wing. Like if you go back to 2010 onwards, like
Right,
2010 around that time, I'd probably say I fall more in line with like the left wing kind of ideology then. But now it's just gone so
well,
far.
now it's completely different anyway because what we're doing with like this channel, for example, we're not really following the narrative of follow left or follow right. We're looking.
Yeah, no, but you've got like certain things that you agree with.
Yeah, that
I
you
agree with
fall
everything.
more into plays with. But
But I think there's certain things on the left that I believe and certain things on the right that I believe in.
But I mean, if you look at Superbad, for example.
Oh, yes, Seth Rogen wrote that, didn't he?
Yeah, would you say that's left wing media back then? Left wing content? Because there's a scene where
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's right wing.
I don't know what wing you would. I don't think it's a wing. But
I'd say
the
it's more
problem
left than
is,
right.
if these were to come out today, they would. Everyone in there would get cancelled. So you get like Jonah Hill, he'll be cancelled. Fucking McLovin. But there's a scene in there where that woman wipes a period on his leg.
Yeah.
Shit
Well,
like that can't come out.
at the time, I'd say that's a left wing kind of joke because a right winger wouldn't find that funny because they're quite conservative, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like, traditionally, people
Yeah.
like right wings are conservative, so
Yeah.
they
I
wouldn't
get it.
find that. A left wing person would find that funny.
Yeah. Well, because the left has evolved into
Yeah.
what it's evolved to. It's like, well, that's instead of having that scene, they would instead put a transsexual scene in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
Whereas back then, even now, like I still think that's funny, but you get considered like a bigot or whatever if you laugh at that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But,
But other people must have found it funny as well. Well, that's why it's come out. That's why they released it and it got so popular.
yeah. Well, people obviously still find it funny. I was having this argument with my mate that like, name me a good comedy that's come out since Hangover,
Yeah, I think you've said this to me as well.
or a comedy that's been better than Hangover since Hangover came out.
Yeah. Hangover trilogy or just number one?
Number one, because the other two, like the second one was still good, but not as good as number one.
And you won't put me time in there now.
No, that's probably the worst film I've ever watched. And worst film I've ever watched and sat through the full thing.
Did you watch it all? Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of it, I was like, what the fuck?